Here I give you readings that are for the collective. You will find, if you're here, you will find a message for yourself. It may be just one word, it may be the whole reading, or it may be just one card or color. Something will speak to you. Your intuition will tell you which. My name is Cheryl, if you're new here, and you can find me on Mindfully Spiritual Empath on YouTube, no, TikTok, and at How Mindful on Instagram, and Cheryl Gillespie on Facebook. All right, let's see what Spirit has for us today. Okay, distant thunder, clear the air, rejuvenating rain, and transformation. Yay! A fresh new way of living. Wait a minute. Sorry. A fresh new way of living emerges. Oh my goodness. All right, distant thunder, clear the air. And rejuvenating rain, which is clear the past, heal the present. Okay. So with distant thunder, usually that means some storms are coming, some trouble is coming, right? And when we see some of the signs that tell us that a storm is coming, what do? Batten down the hatches, right? We make sure that the important things are strapped down and taken care of. But then also when distant thunder comes and the storm actually comes, it can clear away all the crap, the past stuff. So if there are dead leaves on the ground, right? Or if the earth is parched and the storm comes in, clears all the dead stuff because it blew it away, and it nurtures and nourishes what is needed there. And the rejuvenating pain talks specifically about that, right? Sorry, rejuvenating rain. Ooh. Rejuvenating rain. And water is a sign for purification all the time. I don't know if you clear your energy every day, which is a really important thing because we pick up stuck energy, stagnant, or other people's energies, emotions and things. So you want to clear the air, and rejuvenating rain could be a visualization in the shower. So you could envision this beautiful, brilliant white light, just crystal clear, shining like diamonds, comes right down over you. And as it does, it removes anything that is dense, heavy, no longer serves you, or isn't yours. As you do that, the stuff you don't need falls away, right? And then we can transform, because then we have cleared away what we don't need, and we're working with the energies that we do need. So definitely lots of clearing energy, also clearing thought, any thoughts, old beliefs that you're aware of that you still carry that don't work for you. Those need to be cleared too. All right, let's see the rest of the message. The Fool is the unconscious. Knight of Swords. The Lovers. Nine of Wands. Knight of Cups. Seven of Cups. Death. Oops, sorry, the Devil. Hierophant. Now we have the Devil. Now we have Death. Queen of Pentacles. And the outcome is the World. Okay. Okay. So, unconscious. You are right now starting out fresh. You are moving forward with no expectation, free, kind of carefree, so to speak. And you also have this curious mind, right? What's going on? Seeing things as if you have never seen them before. So really taking a look at what's going on around you in the moment. You are moving quickly. You are, you see yourself as offering some truth, some integrity, and you speak your truth pretty powerfully. And this says that that is where you're at. You're at the energy of sort of knightdom, which is, you know, not quite the mom and the dad. You're at the teenage level. You're sort of, the energy is exciting, and you are seeking the truth, and you will cut away whatever else you don't need. And the challenge is the lovers. Now, I'm reading this as a collective message, and it's not about outside other people around you. It's about internal. So the lovers often implies another person, but in this case, I'm going to say you have to learn to love yourself. That's a process. That's not someplace you're going to land and stay every single day, because we kind of balance things, right? So the challenge is that you are truth-seeking, you are ready to move forward, you are moving forward fairly quickly, but perhaps you have not taken enough time to really support yourself and love yourself. Find the harmony within. And it looks like in the time that you've been doing some of this work, you've created some burdens. Things are kind of heavy. You're tired. You know, you probably need to rest a little bit and regroup, but also at the same time, you want to persevere in the same direction. You are going in the right direction. This is rooted in your offering love, compassion, care to yourself. Offering what you would like to offer to another, offer that to yourself. If that means you want to take a bath, draw the bath, and just the process of doing for yourself, do it with as much love as you can. You know, the other piece to that is having compassion for yourself when you are suffering. I was talking to my teacher the other day about some suffering I had created, my thinking. And really, she said, you know, I think I would just offer myself compassion for how uncomfortable. I was having a discussion with someone, how uncomfortable that discussion is, how much my inner kid was kind of freaking out, and that I needed to really have compassion for that being that really just wants to love, doesn't want to suffer. So that's part of this, is that in terms of creating that love and that self-love, I mean, we love people, we have all the other feelings towards them as well. I mean, I've been angry at people I love, right? So we can have all the feelings. It doesn't mean you're blocking any. It just means that you are choosing to offer love and compassion to yourself. You've had some trouble making choices about what choices are good for you and what choices aren't good for you. You have a tendency to be romantic and very, romantic. So there may be some choices that you have had that were illusions. They weren't really good for you, but they sort of at first looked that way. So you had a lot of choices that you've had to make. And the devil says, there's something you really need to let go. There may be a ton of something you need to let go, but usually one thing at a time. And so I'm gonna say that we sometimes have an addiction or repetitive habits of beating ourselves up, criticizing, judging ourselves. That's a behavior we don't want to carry forward. And so I'm saying to you that one of your choices, Spirit is asking you to get rid of whatever it is that is getting in your way from loving yourself. Usually it's some thoughts about worth. We say we don't feel worth, but worth isn't a feeling, it's a thought. So we can give up thoughts like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, whatever the thoughts are that are blocking you from loving yourself, because you are a shining being. We come here to this planet to engage with each other. And sometimes we've got caught up in the act of suffering. And Buddha explained this in that we have the original pain, whatever has caused a pain for us. So, you know, someone hurt my heart. The suffering is the thinking that I have about the hurt pain that keeps this stuff going. So we shoot ourselves with suffering. The pain happens, and then we add suffering to it. So you don't want to add suffering to things, right? You want to look at things, observe them, note them, and not create any stories about it. So maybe you have some stories that you need to release that really are no longer serving you. One of the changes that you are moving towards is obviously transformation, which is what the death card is, transformation. And the Hierophant really is religious, more religious, but spiritual teachings. And it's saying, yeah, you might want to stick with what you already know. You don't need to forge a new path. There is already a path in that direction for you. And that perhaps you will be a teacher or a guide for others. I'm going to say that's probably what you're moving into, that you are moving into guiding others. And therefore you want to get rid of all these ugly thoughts, right? And you want to transform. This is the environment that you're in. You are ripe for transformation. So anything that is getting in the way of your loving yourself, write it out. Then right on the other side, write an affirmation. So you have the thought that doesn't serve you, and right next to it, rewrite it in a way that it serves you. So you've got all your tools and the energies available for you to transform. The next right action is really asking you to, again, go back. I want you to do the things you need to do. Take a shower, visualize, releasing, do some kind of ritual where you write things down, rip them up, and burn them. Whatever you want to do that is caring and loving to yourself. You want to support yourself and be a nurturer to yourself. So that is the most important thing right now. I'm hearing that it's the self-love, working on ways to love yourself, express love to yourself, and also ways to take care of yourself, to nurture and be compassionate to that inner child when he or she or they get, a little irritated or agitated. And then the world means there is success coming. The world usually means you've worked hard to get there and there's a closing. I will also say that at times this card means some divine timing. And so I'm also going to say that I believe there's some divine timing involved in what you're moving to, this transformation. So keep your eyes open to any synchronicity. You think of someone and they call you. You think of a song and it comes on the radio, or you hear the song on the radio and you notice those words make sense as if someone were talking to me. That's information I needed to hear. And so those are the things you want to stay open to be able to take the opportunity to transform as it comes to you. There may be some parts that we don't know how they're going to fit in just yet, and those haven't happened. So right now, you're just going to stay in this vibration, right? That is cool. I just love doing readings. Love it. All right. So I am going to ask next for obstacles and blocks. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, Spirit. Obstacles and blocks, please. Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Magician. Can I have one more for the Magician, please? Thank you. Okay. 8 of Swords. So it looks like the blocks are you've been trying to move forward without fully really doing the self-love that's necessary and needed. You really maybe given in the past to these sneaky thoughts that tell you you don't deserve or tell you negative things about yourself. And like I said earlier, it's fine to be romantic, but understand that sometimes those of us, as we're thinking in a romantic way, there's some illusions in that, right? It's not, I mean, romance is real, but we have so much fake romance, you know, February 14th coming up and all that stuff. So it's really saying that you want to be sure that you are not under the illusion for yourself that you are that you have healed all of this self-love, because you haven't. Even though you have everything you need, you've been procrastinating. You've been tying yourself up, binding yourself up with that thinking that gets in our way, right? So the blocks really are a lot about your thoughts and the way they co-create your reality. Are you creating the reality you want with your thinking? If it's negative, probably not. So you do well to take a look again at your thoughts. What do we have for actions and advice? Spirit, actions and advice, please. Page of Wands, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Wands is somebody who's very excited and ready to start this new adventure. The page is now learning their power. They are empowered, that the power does not come from themselves, but through spirit. And how they wield that power, that energy matters, right? So you start out really excited and passionate and creative, and you need to surrender those thoughts. Surrender to spirit removing those thoughts. Surrender to that belief that you can do anything you want. You just have to manage the thinking. And do take a look at your abundance. This looks to me like you're creating, you have a pretty happy family life, and that may be where you draw some of your energy or where you draw some of your own love, right? And remember that that is love that you want to include yourself in. Can't just be loving other people, because do we really know love if we can't love ourselves? It feels like it would be more of a dependent love, right? I won't have love if you're not here. If I love you and I get love from you, what happens when you're not here? Right? So I need to be able to give myself love. So last but not least, messages from your higher self. Sun, Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Okay. The Sun is about healing. It's about play, healing the inner child, making sure that you are spending time focusing on joyful things as well. It looks like you are going to be manifesting something new, and you are being given an opportunity or a gift in that direction. So again, if you keep your eyes open for synchronicities, that will lead you in the direction that Spirit's calling you. And the Emperor is here because the Emperor can literally write his own ticket. He is all 4 kings, which, you know, we still consider top of the line. Not that the queens are on top, but you get my point. So the Emperor is, you know, has all of it. Compassion, love, kindness. He's strategic, a planner. He's excited. He's passionate, big and bold. Who did I miss? He's financially abundant and stable. He also has a big ego. So I'm just going to say, keep an eye out. He can be a little cold with that ego. So you want to be careful about your ego if you are making choices from ego or in trouble. So keep that in mind. But also keep in mind that you, in actuality, just like the magician told us above, you can co-create whatever it is you desire. But you have to know it, you have to feel it, and you have to send it out to the universe and allow to receive, right? Okay. This is a good one. I like this. So remember, you want to be clearing away the old and particularly those thoughts so that you'll be prepared for your transformation. Thanks for coming, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next time.